All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom. Coming to you again, live and direct. All right. This is Priest Ahwan Young from the Shepherds of Berea camp. All right. I'd like to give infinity honors to my Lord and Savior, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers that's doing the truth sincerely and not for vainglory. All right. Who, what, and why the olive tree? Gonna be the name of this sit down. Real simple, man. And this is stemming from last week. Some guys, came up talking about the Gentiles and wanted to bring out Romans, the 11th chapter, where it talks about the olive tree. But I'm gonna get right into it, okay? So it says, commune with the ancients, visit the world's oldest olive tree. Now, as you can see, this is one of the olive trees. It says, located in the grove just outside the village of Bakalia in northern Lebanon. You will find a grove of 16 trees believed to be 5,000 to 6,000 years old. All right, these are the olive trees right here. They're beautiful too, man. Okay. This is located in Greece. Located on Crete. This is also in the book of Acts, right? Crete, the largest island in Greece. This tree has been estimated by scientists to be 4,000 years old. All right? These are some beautiful trees, man. Okay? And this one is in Israel. Okay? The third one says located in the Wahaja district of Bethlehem. Okay? It's estimated to be 4,000 to 5,000 years old. It is the centerpiece of the yearly olive harvest, with hundreds coming from miles around to visit during the season. All right? So just give you a little quick glimpse of these olive trees, man. How beautiful they are, man. Okay? Now, it's what the meat and potatoes is about right here. Romans 11 and 16. It says, for if the first fruit be holy, right, then the lump is also holy. See that? So they righteous. And if the root be holy, right? Keyword, the root be holy, so are the branches. Because it's one tree. All right? But let's see what tree is talking about. And if some of the branches be broken off, right? And thou being a wild olive tree, so the tree within itself, the concept is revolving around an olive tree. We're grafted in among them, talking about what? The Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, the northern tribe, predominantly, all right? And with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Verse 18, boast not against the branches, telling the southern tribe that knew who they were, okay? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, do not boast up against the branches. Don't be popping shit. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. All right? Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief, they were broken off, see? But because of unbelief, it means at one time they believed. See? But now, because of unbelief, they were broken off. Thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. Why should you fear? Because you understand that the Lord could have did the same thing to y'all. Talking about the southern tribe. Now, let's get in detail. What is the olive tree talking about? First of all, let's get an understanding of what the olive tree is. All right? What is its purpose? What is it used for? From the beginning of the Bible, from the Bible concept. Contextually. You can't read the olive tree and don't understand what it represents. According to the Bible, Exodus 27 and 20, and thou shalt command the children of Israel that they bring thee pure oil olive beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn always. All right? So the olive tree, okay, right? Because what? That they bring thee pure oil olive, right? Beaten for the light. So you had to get an olive tree, take what's off of it, the olives, grind it up, okay, put pressure on it, and then that would create a light when you burn it to cause the lamp to burn always. When you go to that word, right? Check it out. Go to that word olive. Let's see what it says.
Strong's H2132. Zayeth.
Check it out. Strong definition. Probably from the unused root and olive as yielding illuminating oil. So this is special. This is a special fruit, man. This is special. What's growing from the olive tree is special. It's illuminating oil. It's like a berry, a branch or the berry. It's like a fruit. Check it out. When you go with the word illuminating, it means to provide or brighten with light. So this, what's growing from the olive is pretty much lights, man. Light comes from olives, man. Check that out. And who did the Most High? Why was this important? Because what? This was part of our priesthood. And thou shalt command the children of Israel, right? That they should bring thee pure oil olive beaten for the light to cause the lamp to burn always, man. The menorahs. So when you're dealing with it contextually, the olives revert back to Israel. That's why in the book of Judges, it made this statement right here. Judges 9 and 8. The trees went forth on a time. This is Jotham. Jotham made a parable, right? And he used the olive tree. Check what he said about the olive tree. It says, the trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. And they said unto the olive tree, reign thou over us. Now watch what the olive tree going to say. This is a parable now. But the olive tree said unto them, should I leave my fatness? Meaning, should I leave my duties? I have a great job. Wherewith by me they honor God and man and go to be promoted over the trees? Meaning, hell no, I'm not going to do that. Because what the olive tree represents, what? How do you honor God? Through the priesthood. Olive oil was a key essential, it was key and essential to the priesthood. And also to man. I'm going to show you that in the scriptures. I'm not going to make that up. This was key to the Israelites' priesthood. Okay? It says what? Leviticus 2 and 1. And when any will offer a meat offering unto the Lord, his offering shall be of fine flour, and he shall pour oil upon it and put frankincense thereon. Now, when you look at it, check it out. This is dealing with the Israelites, man. Flour and pour oil. Check it out. Let's see what oil is talking about. It says oil, in a strong definition. It says sheman, grease, especially liquid, as from the olive. And see, the olive also had medicinal purposes. Medicament means what? A something used for medical treatment. You see? You see? So this is deep, man. Olives have super duper medical attributes to it that can help you out. So you can do a lot of fasting, but if you're not replenishing your body with certain oils, it don't even matter. It don't even matter. It makes absolutely sense. And I'm going to show you, let's jump into it. Health benefits of olives. Olives are a staple of the Mediterranean diet. If you go into the Mediterranean diet, Brother Priest Shalak, and Priest Karak Al-Kahan, brothers put me onto this diet. And when you go to the people that use this diet, they live 90, 96 years old. They're not sitting there eating damn Popeye's chicken. They're not doing that. It says they're associated with many health benefits, especially for the heart health and cancer prevention. Dietary antioxidants have been shown to reduce risk of chronic illness such as heart disease and cancer. Olives are rich in antioxidants with health benefits ranging from fighting inflammation to reducing microorganism growth. Check that out, man. It says, studies show that eating a pulpy residue from olives significantly increased blood levels of glutathione, one of the most powerful antioxidants in your body. High blood pressure and blood pressure are both risk factors for heart disease. So it's good for high blood pressure, which is rampant in the so-called black community. It's good for what? Bone mass, bone quality. It can increase your risk. It's good for bone mass and bone quality. All right, which should stop you from getting any fractures. It makes your bones strong, pretty much, man. It says olive oil have been shown to help prevent bone loss. All right, so it's good for bones. It reduces bone fractures. Like a lot of athletes, they get a lot of fractures. I guarantee you that they don't consume olives. Olives and olive oil are commonly consumed in the Mediterranean region, okay, where rates of cancer and other chronic diseases are lower than any Western countries. Okay? So medicament, it has its purpose, man. So within the priesthood, okay, back to Jotham parable, okay, the Most High wanted you to use oil to handle his rituals. Leviticus 2:2, and he shall bring it to Aaron's son, the priest, and he shall take there out his handful of the flour thereof and of the oil thereof, right, olive oil, with all the fragrances thereof, and the priest shall burn the memorial of it upon the altar, to be an offering made by fire of a sweet savior unto the Lord. So, in Jotham's parable, when the olive tree said what? But the olive tree said unto them, should I leave my fatness wherewith by me they honor God? What is it talking about? The priesthood. The priesthood. And men. How is he talking about men? Let's go to it. 1 Samuel 16:11. And Samuel said unto Jesse, are here all thy children? And he said, there remaineth yet the youngest. And he behold, and he keepeth the sheep. And Samuel said unto Jesse, send and fetch him, for we will not sit down till he come hither, right? And he sent and brought him in. Now he was ruddy, talking about King David, and with all of a beautiful countenance, and a goodly to look to, right? And the Lord said, arise, anoint him, for he is he. So the oil is good for men because men became kings. Men became priests through anointing. You was blessed through anointing. Then Samuel, verse 13, then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brethren. And the Spirit of the Lord, see, came upon David. Once he put that oil on him, said the Lord's name, the Spirit of the Lord came unto David from that day forward. So Samuel rose up and went to Ramah. So do you understand what Jotham was talking about? Wherewith by me they honor God and man and go to be promoted over the trees. So the olive oil is pretty much the top, one of the top trees. Okay? And it show you that these things was passed down. Even Solomon knew the importance of olives, man. Back then, you could trade with olives. That was a good thing. All right? Now, niggas don't consume olive. Olives, oil, please. And niggas eating or taking castor, Crisco oil, some damn corn oil, some poison. It says 1 Kings 5:7. And it came to pass when Hiram heard the words of Solomon that he rejoiced greatly and said, blessed be the Lord this day, which have given unto David a wise son over his great people. All right. So even Hiram had respect for the God of the Bible, Yahweh. And Hiram went to Solomon saying, I have considered the things which thou sentest to me for, and I will do all thy desires concerning timber of cedar and concerning timber of fir. Right. My servant shall bring them down from Lebanon unto the sea, and I will convey them by sea in floats unto the place that thou shalt appoint me, and will cause them to be discharged there, and thou shalt receive them, and thou shalt accomplish my desire in giving food for my household. So Hiram gave Solomon cedar trees and fir trees according to all his desires. Here go the point. And Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 measures of wheat for food to his household, and 20 measures of pure oil, the olive oil. Thus gave Solomon to Hiram year by year. So the olive tree was important, man, in trading, all right, because Hiram was helping out with building the temple, giving the materials for Solomon to have the holy temple, man, to build his house. In verse 12, and the Lord gave Solomon wisdom as he promised him, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon. So Israel had a pact with Lebanon. And they too made a league together, you see? Now, when you go to the NLT, 1 Kings 5 and 11, it says, in return, Solomon sent him an annual payment of 100,000 bushels of wheat for his household and 110 gallons of pure olive oil. Check that out. Imagine the consumption of that, man. So when you read Romans 11, you don't even understand how far these olive trees go back to. It's not talking about the heathens, man. A group of the nations fell off. A group of the nations knew about the Most High still, but even some of them was off. And the group of the nations that had to be grafted back in, they was Israelites. Come on, man. This is the book of Sirach 24, and I'm going to start at 3. It says, I came out of the mouth of the Most High and covered the earth as a cloud. Who is this talking about? Well, this is a deeper insight on how Yahushua was made. He came out of the mouth of the Most High. See? Verse 4, I dwelt in high places with Yahweh, and my throne is in a cloudy pillar. See? I alone could pass the circuit of heaven and walked in the bottom of the deep, in the waves of the sea, and in all the earth, and in every people and nation I got a possession. So Yahushua made all these different people to come out of the waters, right? But check it out. With all this I sought rest. And in whose inheritance shall I abide? Right? Meaning what group of people is going to be the representation of me? So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, all right? The reason why the Lord chose Israel, because Yahweh chose Israel, the Most High, his father. So the creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, Yasha'Allah, and thy inheritance in Israel. See? So even right there, y'all dudes, you know what it is? Y'all the ones that's playing hopscotch with the scriptures. He created me from the beginning before the world, right? John 1:1. And I shall never fail. See? Which means that Israel shall never fail. Which means, brothers, that we're not going to lose. We're going to win. Verse 10. In the holy tabernacle I served him. Why? Because there's a tabernacle in the heavens. Before Moses even put together a tabernacle, there was a tabernacle in the heavens. And I speak about that all the time. Because I'm infatuated with that. I can't wait to see the tabernacle in the heavens, man. And so was I established in Zion. See? He was established in Zion. Now watch what he's going to say. Likewise, in the beloved city he gave me rest, and in Jerusalem was my power. Yasharal, right? And I took root in an honorable people. Check it out. The root in an honorable people. Even in the portion of the Lord's inheritance. And I was exalted like a cedar in Lebanon and a cypress tree upon the mountains of Hermon, which means that he was lifted up. And I was exalted like a palm tree in Engedi, and a rose plant in Jericho, as a fair olive tree. So the nation of Israel compared to a fair olive tree in a pleasant field, and grew up as a plane tree by the water. See? So when you understand an olive tree, right, it all goes hand in hand. This is not by mistake. That's why it says Matthew 26 and 36. It says, then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto the disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. Now watch this right here. Come on, man. This is easy work. Gethsemane. An oil press. Come on. Who was the olive? The name of the place at the foot of Mount Olives. What all this thing, this is not by coincidence, man. Where Yahushua was stressed out the most was called an oil press. He was being pressured because he knew he was about to get betrayed, he was about to get arrested, and they was going to kill him. They were going to crucify him. It says Gethsemane, an oil press, the name of a place at the foot of Mount Olives beyond Torrent Kidron, the Kidron Valley, right? A garden near Jerusalem. Gethsemane. You see? This is the book of John. Did I finish reading that? Let me see if I finish reading that right there. Let me make sure I finish reading that. Yes, I did finish reading that. This is the book of John, 18 and 1. It says, when Yahushua had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook of Kidron, which was a garden, same account, in which he entered in his disciples. Let's see what Kidron say. Check it out. It says, the name of winter torrent rising near Jerusalem and flowing down the valley of Kidron, having the Mount of Olives on the east into the Dead Sea. You see? So it all goes back. When Yahushua was there, the reason why you read in, what's that, Luke 22. Let me get that. Luke 22 and I'm going to start at, 42. It says, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done. Why? Because he was about to get pressured. Because what you do with olives, you gather the olives, right? And then from the olives, you squish it. So Gethsemane was powerful because it was an oil press. And that's where Yahushua was about to get squished, man. But remember, through the oil creates what? Light. It says, and there appeared an angel unto him from heaven, strengthening him, right? Because he needed strength, right? We all need strength when we go through these tough conditions, and problems. And being in agony, right? He prayed more earnestly, and his sweat was as it were great drops of blood falling down to the ground because he was getting pressured at the oil press. He had to leave a light. The word agony, let's see what that says. Agony in that verse, it says a struggle for victory, wrestling, severe mental struggles and emotions, agony, anguish. See? Yahushua was being pressured. See? Suffering, anguish, pressure in the etymology, suffering, anguish, act or fact of pressing. Gethsemane, on the mind or heart. That's what it says. So he was the ultimate olive tree, man. Yahushua, who is what? From the tribe of Judah. But see, what you don't understand is that through that pressure, right, made that oil, which was now what? It leaves a light. See the power of these scriptures, man? How it all come together? John 8 and 12. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I'm the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So this was a necessary thing. That light is coming from the olive tree. Him being crushed and pressured. Okay? And that's what the whole light of the Gentiles is about. The olive tree. This is Acts 13:45. But when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy and spake against those things which was spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. Then Paul and Barnabas waxed bold and said, it was necessary that the word of God should first have been spoken to you, Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, but seeing ye put it from you and judge yourself unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we turn to the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, the northern tribe, and the ones that were scattered abroad. For so have the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles. So by Yahushua dying, being crushed, that oil, other men were able to get the light. And Paul offered with being the light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. Not for everybody, because the light come from the olive tree. But y'all don't hear me though. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. You don't understand what I'm saying? Is it going over your head? This is what King David said. And Yahushua is from that lineage of King David. Right? Psalms 52:8. But I'm like a green olive tree in the house of God. So King David said that he was an olive tree. I trust in the mercy of God forever and ever. I will praise thee forever because thou hast done it, and I will wait on thy name, for it is good before thy saints. It's good before thy saints. So the olive tree has a direct connection with who? The saints. So when you read about the saints, it's not no mystical fact. That's why you can go to Psalms just to prove that. You dudes is lost, man. Psalm 148:13. Let's get it. It says what? Psalm 148:13. Let them praise the name of the Lord, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of his saints, even of the children of Israel. A people near to him, praise ye the Lord, man. So the green olive tree has a direct connection with the saints, who are the Israelites. So King David says he's like a green olive tree. Then what is Yahushua? Huh? Oh, King David's father was who? Matter of fact, let me get that. This is Isaiah 11:10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, right? The same olive tree, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek. Light of the Gentiles. And his rest shall be glorious. So King David, right, talks about his bloodline, talks about the root of Jesse, right? Talks about that. Let's see who King David's father is. Now, David was the son, this is 1 Samuel 17:12. Now, David was the son of that Ephrathite of Bethlehem, Judah, whose name was Jesse. And he had 8 sons, and the men went among men, for an old man in the days of Saul. All right? So let's see what Yahushua says. Revelation 22:16. And I, Yahushua, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and offspring, you see, of David. So Jesse, David, Yahushua is all dealing with the same olive tree. And the bright and morning star, the olive tree represents the nation of Israel, man. Get it through your skull. Get it through your skull. This is Psalms 128. It says, blessed is everyone that feareth the Lord, that walketh in his ways. right? So you might think it's talking about everybody. You know? The Bible don't got to keep repeating itself that it's only dealing with the children of Israel, only to a retard. Verse 2, for thou shalt eat the labor of thy hands. Happy shalt thou be, and it shall be well with thee. Thy wife shall be a fruitful vine by the sides of thy house. Thy children like olive plants round about the table. So the children are also related to olive plants, olive trees. Behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that feareth the Lord. The Lord shall bless thee out of where? Zion. And thou shalt see the good of Jerusalem all the days of thy life. I'm not talking about everybody. Yea, thou shalt see thy children's children, and peace upon Israel. Back to the olive plant. You can't get around this. Hosea 14:1. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, it says Hosea 14:1. It says, O Israel, return unto the Lord thy God, for thou hast fallen by thy iniquity. Take with you words and turn to the Lord. Say unto him, take away all iniquity and receive us graciously. So will we render the calves of our lips. Ashur shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses, neither will we say any more to the work of our hands, ye are our gods. For in thee the fatherless findeth mercy. See? I will heal their backsliding. I will love them freely, meaning the Lord going to save us. He's going to redeem us because we're not dealing with no other nation. For my anger is turned away from them, right? From him. I will be as dew unto Israel. He shall grow as a lily and cast forth his roots as Lebanon. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as the olive tree, and his smell as Lebanon. So Israel and the olive tree, man, is not dealing with no other nation, man. Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Now, when you go to 16, this whole thing is bad. So when y'all write it, Jeremiah 11-17, matter of fact, read it. Then shall the cities of Judah, right, the southern tribe, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble. Yeah, let me see if all these gods that y'all serving in America is going to save you in the time of Jacob's trouble. It's not going to happen, man. For according to the number of the cities were thy gods, O Judah, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem, have ye set up altars to that shameful thing, even altars to burn like incense unto Baal. Therefore pray not thou for this people. Told Jeremiah, don't pray for these people, man. F them. Neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. What have my beloved to do in my house, seeing she have wrought lewdness with many, being a whore, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? Meaning, you lost our identity. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. The Lord called thy name a green olive tree. You see? So it's not a mystery what's going on when you read in Romans the 11th chapter. Fear and of goodly fruit, which the noise of a great tumult he hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. So that's how the branches got broken off. When you read Romans 11, but now they're being grafted back in. You think it's a coincidence, all these migrants in New York City? For the Lord of hosts that planted thee, see, have pronounced evil against thee for the evil of the house of Israel, right? And of the house of Judah. Israel represents the northern tribe. And the house of Judah represents what? The southern tribe. It says what? Which have done against themselves to provoke me to anger in offering incense unto Baal. And they got broken. Do you really think all the New York City migrants is by mistake? No. No. Why do you think Eric Adams talking about all these thousands of migrants, children? Look at this. These are northern tribes coming back. You know? And I pray that we could gather up the elect soon, man. Because we in the last days. Thousands. And I'm going to end it off with this. Revelation 11:3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, right? And they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. That's talking about the northern and southern kingdoms. These are the 2 olive tree and the 2 candlesticks of Joshua and Zerubbabel, right? Standing before, check this out, man. These are the 2 olive trees. You see this? And the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth, man. So clear as day, man. The mystery of the olive tree has been exposed. Okay? The olive tree is talking about the nation of Israel. See? Hey, with that being said, Kahalal Yahab Bashim Abashar Brakatah, Bashim Rakakadash. Shalom.